he told her on a Thursday evening. Not gently. He had been building toward it for 6 months. She understood that now, looking back. The distance, the silences, the particular way he had stopped looking at her when she spoke. He said, "I need a family. A real one. You can't give me that. I think you know this isn't working." She had known. She had known, and she had been trying not to know for 6 months. She left that night with 2 bags and the particular dignity of someone who has decided that falling apart can wait until they are somewhere the falling apart is private. She sat in her car for 40 minutes. Then she drove. She did not know where she was going. She ended up outside a cafe at 11 at night. A man was inside, cleaning up. 2 children asleep on a bench in the corner. A girl of perhaps 4 and a boy of perhaps 6, wrapped in a coat that was too big for both of them. He looked up and saw her standing in the rain outside his window. He opened the door. "You look like someone who needs coffee," he said. She looked at him. "I look like someone," she said, "who has just lost everything." He stepped back from the door. "Then come in," he said. "Both of those require coffee." Her name was Sarah Chen. She was 34 years old and had been, for 6 of those years, a wife. Had been a wife in the specific way of someone who took the word seriously, who had understood it as a commitment rather than a status, and had tried to honor it with the particular thoroughness she brought to everything she decided mattered. She had decided it mattered from the beginning. Marcus, her husband, the man she had married at 28 with the complete confidence of someone who had chosen carefully and was certain of the choice, had decided it mattered too, or had seemed to. She had believed he had. She had been wrong. Not about the beginning. She thought the beginning had been real, but somewhere in the middle, in the 2 years of trying and the 1 year of treatments, and the particular language of medical disappointment delivered in clinical rooms by people who were kind, and could not help being kind because the news they were delivering required it. Somewhere in there, Marcus had made a different decision. He had not told her. He had withdrawn. She had mistaken the withdrawal for grief, had thought they were grieving together, in the particular private ways of 2 people who could not find the words, and had been patient with his distance, because she understood it. Or thought she understood it, because she felt it too. She had not understood it. She understood it now. "I need a family. A real one. You can't give me that." She sat in the car for 40 minutes. The rain on the roof. The particular sound of the street at 11 on a Thursday in November. Sparse. Cold. The city doing what cities do regardless. She drove. She did not have a destination. She drove the way people drive when driving is the only alternative. To sitting still with something too large to sit with, forward, through the rain, into the particular geography of a city she had lived in for 8 years, and that now felt entirely unfamiliar. She stopped outside a cafe on a street she did not recognize. The light was on. His name was James Whitfield. He was 38 years old and had been, for 3 of those years, running Whitfield Tech, a company that had grown from a software startup to something considerably more significant in this specific way of things built by people who understood exactly what they were building and why. He had also been, for 3 years, doing everything alone. His wife Eleanor had died of cancer when Leo was 3 and Mia was 1. He had been with her through all of it. The diagnosis, the treatment, the particular hope of remission, and the particular devastation of recurrence, and had arrived on the other side of it. at the specific task of continuing. He continued. He had the company. He had Leo and Mia. He had the cafe, which had been Eleanor's, which she had opened 3 years before Leo was born, with the particular joy of someone doing something they had always wanted to do, which James had kept running after she died, because closing it had seemed like a specific kind of loss he was not ready for, and which he had discovered in the running of it that he was better at than he expected. He came in on Thursday evenings to close up. He brought the children. They fell asleep on the bench in the corner while he worked. Leo first, always, with the decisive sleep of a 6-year-old who had decided it was time. Mia after, curled against her brother, the too big coat pulled over both of them. He was washing the last cups when he saw her, standing in the rain outside the window, not looking in, or not only looking in. The particular standing of someone who has stopped because they have run out of forward momentum and is not yet sure what comes next. He opened the door. She looked at him. She was wet. She had been crying, or was about to cry, or had been doing something between the two that had left her face with the specific quality of someone who is holding something very heavy and has been holding it for some time and is not going to put it down in front of a stranger. "You look like someone who needs coffee," he said. "I look like someone who has just lost everything," she said. "Then come in," he said. "Both of those require coffee." She stayed for 2 hours, not because she had planned to. She had planned nothing, had arrived at this cafe by accident, and had come inside because the alternative was the car and the rain and the Thursday evening that she could not go back to. He made coffee. He sat across from her while the children slept on the bench, and he did not ask what had happened, which she noticed, which was the first thing she noticed about him. That he made coffee and sat down without asking what had happened, which was so different from what she had expected that she found herself talking anyway. She told him some of it, not all, not the treatments, not the specific language of medical disappointment, not 6 years of trying, but enough. The Thursday evening, the 2 bags, the car in the rain. He listened the way certain people listen, completely, without the particular filling of silences that people do when they are uncomfortable with silence. He let things land. "Where are you going to go?" he said when she had finished. "I don't know," she said. "Hotel, I suppose," she said. "Or," he said, "there's a flat above the cafe. It's not much. I use it sometimes when the children have early school, and I don't want to drive. But it's warm and it has a bed." She looked at him. "You don't know me," she said. "No," he said. "But you're sitting in my cafe at 11 at night in wet clothes, and you've just told me you have nowhere to go." He shrugged. "It seems like the practical solution." "Why would you?" Eleanor would have, he said. Then, quietly, "My wife. She would have opened the door before I did. She always did." She looked at him. "I'm sorry," she said. 3 years ago," he said. He paused. "It gets different. Not better exactly. Different." She looked at the children on the bench. "They're beautiful," she said. "They are," he said. "And exhausting. And the best thing." He stood up. "Come. I'll show you the flat." She stayed for 3 days. Not because she was invited to stay for 3 days. She had been shown the flat and given a key, and told there was no rush, which she had interpreted as the polite generosity of someone who expected her to leave in the morning. She had not left in the morning. She had come downstairs at 7 and found the cafe already open and James behind the counter, with Mia on the counter beside him watching him make coffee, with the focused attention of a 4-year-old who was conducting an inspection. Mia had looked at Sarah. "Hello," Mia said. "Papa said there was a lady upstairs." "That's me," Sarah said. "Are you sad?" Mia said. "Mia," James started. "It's all right," Sarah said. "Yes, a bit sad. Papa makes coffee when people are sad," Mia said. "It helps." "It does," Sarah said. James made coffee. Sarah sat at the corner table, the one nearest the window, the one with the particular morning light, and drank it and watched the cafe fill with the particular gentle noise of a Tuesday morning, people arriving and leaving, and this specific warmth of a place that had been made by someone who understood that warmth was the point. Leo came down at 7:30. He was 6 and had the particular morning focus of someone who needed breakfast. Before anything else was negotiable, he sat across from Sarah without introduction. "Are you staying?" he said. "For a bit," she said. "Papa makes good pancakes," he said. "If you ask." She stayed for 3 days. On the 4th morning she came down and made the coffee before James arrived. He stopped in the doorway. He looked at the coffee. He looked at her. "You don't have to," he started. "I know," she said. "I wanted to." She had not meant to become part of their routine. She had not meant anything. Had been, for the first week, simply present in the way of someone who had stopped moving and was waiting to understand what came next. She helped in the cafe because the cafe was there, and help was needed, and being useful was better than not being useful. She made coffee and cleared tables and learned the particular rhythm of the place. Which regulars took which tables, which orders were so consistent they didn't require asking. The specific way the morning rush worked, and the specific different way the afternoon worked. The children came after school. Leo did his homework at the corner table with the focused intensity of someone who understood that. Homework was the prerequisite for the things he actually wanted to do. Mia drew. She drew everything, with the comprehensive attention of a 4-year-old for whom drawing was the primary language of engagement with the world. She had started drawing Sarah on the 3rd day. Not obviously, Sarah had not noticed until she saw the paper. A figure with dark hair at the corner table, the coffee cup, the window. "Is that me?" she said. "Yes," Mia said. "You're at your table." "My table," Sarah said. "The corner one," Mia said. "That's your table." Sarah had looked at the drawing for a long time. She helped Leo with his homework on the Tuesday of the 2nd week. Not because he asked, because she noticed he was stuck and sat down, and the sitting down had led to the explanation, and the explanation had led to the understanding, and Leo had looked at her when he got it with the particular expression of someone who has been helped. "In the right way. You're good at explaining," he said. "I was a teacher," she said. "Before." "Before what?" he said. She paused. "Before I changed jobs," she said. He nodded, satisfied. She had been a teacher. She had stopped when the treatment started, had taken a leave of absence that had extended and had not ended because the ending of things had stopped being a concept she could manage. She thought, sitting beside Leo with his mathematics, that she had missed it. He found her in the cafe at midnight on a Wednesday. Not unusual. She had kept odd hours since the Thursday she arrived. The particular sleeplessness of someone whose nights had been reorganized by something she had not yet processed. She sat at the corner table with tea and the specific quality of someone who was thinking, rather than avoiding thinking, which was different. He sat across from her. "Can't sleep," he said. "Sometimes," she said. He made tea. He sat. "Sarah," he said. Single quotes, "Yes. You've been here 3 weeks," he said. She looked at him. "I know," she said. I'm not asking you to leave," he said. "I'm asking if you're all right." She looked at her tea. She stopped. "I'm better than I was. 3 weeks ago I was sitting in a car in the rain not knowing where to go." She paused. "Now I have a corner table and Mia's drawn me 17 times. 18, he said. "She did one this afternoon." She almost smiled. "James," she said. Single quotes, "Yes. Why did you let me stay?" She said. "Really? You don't know me." "I know you now," he said. "You knew me for one night when you offered the flat," she said. He looked at his tea. "Eleanor used to say," he said, "that you could tell everything about a person from how they were in the first 5 minutes. Not what they said, how they were." He paused. "You were in pain, and you were still thinking about whether it was reasonable to accept help from a stranger." He held her gaze. "That told me enough." She looked at him. "I don't know what I'm doing," she said. "I don't have a plan. I don't know what comes next." "You're making coffee," he said, "and helping Leo with his maths, and sitting at the corner table." He paused. "That's enough for now. It's not a life," she said. "It's the beginning of one," he said. "Sometimes that's what 3 weeks looks like." She said it on a Saturday morning. Sarah was making pancakes. She had learned James's recipe in the 2nd week and had started making them on Saturday mornings because Saturday mornings were the one morning nobody had anywhere to be, and pancakes were the correct response to that. Mia was watching. She watched the way she watched everything, comprehensively, with the focused attention of someone for whom watching was itself participation. "Sarah," she said. Single quotes, "Yes. Are you going to stay?" she said. Sarah flipped the pancake. "I'm not sure yet," she said. "I want you to," Mia said. "Leo wants you to?" I asked him. "Did you?" Sarah said. "He said yes, but he said it like it was obvious," Mia said. "Which means he wants you to a lot." Sarah set the pancake on the plate. "Mia," she said. Single quotes, "Yes. Your papa," she said. "Does he know you're asking me this?" "No," Mia said. "But he looks at you when you're not looking. So I think he wants you to stay too." Sarah looked at the 4-year-old sitting on the counter with her feet dangling. "You notice a lot," she said. "Papa says I got it from Mama," Mia said. "She noticed everything. She sounds remarkable," Sarah said. "She was," Mia said. "But she's not here." She looked at Sarah with the complete directness of a 4-year-old who has decided something. "You are." James found her in the garden behind the cafe on a Sunday evening. She was sitting on the step with tea, and a particular expression he had come to recognize as the one she wore when she was deciding something. Not the sad expression, which was different, but the thinking one. He sat beside her. "Mia told me," he said. "What she asked you?" "Yes," Sarah said. "I'm sorry," he said. "She doesn't. Don't apologize," she said. She said what she thought. I find that very like her." He was quiet. "James," she said. "Yes. I need to tell you something," she said. "That I haven't told you." "All right," he said. She told him. The treatments, the 2 years, the particular language of medical disappointment, the word infertile, and what Marcus had done with it. She said it plainly, not without feeling, but with the feeling held correctly, the way she had been learning to hold things since the Thursday evening. He listened. He left you, James said, because you couldn't have children. Yes, she said. And you thought, he said, that I should know, before whatever this is. Yes, she said. He looked at the garden. Sarah, he said, single quotes, yes. I have 2 children, he said. Who drew you 18 times and asked you to stay and look at you like you're already part of the furniture. He held her gaze. I'm not looking for someone to give me more children. I'm looking for... He stopped. I've been looking, without knowing I was looking, for someone who makes Saturday morning pancakes and helps with mathematics and sits at the corner table like it was always hers. She looked at him. James, tell me, he said, if you want to stay. She looked at the garden, at the step they were sitting on, at the cafe behind them, at the window where she could see Leo's head bent over something at the table. I want to stay, she said. Then stay, he said. The first morning she woke up and it felt like hers. Not the flat. She had moved into the main house 3 months in, which had happened gradually in the way that important things happened without announcements. Her things had migrated room by room with the particular organic logic of things finding their correct positions, and she had noticed one morning that the corner table in the cafe was not the only corner she had claimed. Leo called her Sarah. He had always called her Sarah. He called her Sarah with the comfortable ease of someone for whom the name was simply what she was. Not a title, not a category, just Sarah, the person who was there. Mia called her Sarah for 2 months. And then on a Tuesday morning in February, Mia had called her something else. Not to anyone in particular, to herself. In the particular way of 4-year-olds who narrate their experience without self-consciousness. She had been looking for something and she had said, moving through the kitchen, Mama, have you seen my red pencil? She had not noticed she had said it. Sarah had noticed. She had stood very still for a moment. She had found the red pencil. It was on the windowsill where it had been all along. And she had given it to Mia without saying anything about the word. Thank you, Mia said, and went to draw. Sarah went to the corner table. She sat for a while. James came in at 8. He looked at her. She said it. He said, not a question. Yes, Sarah said. Are you? She stopped. She looked at the window, at the February light. At the cafe that had been Eleanor's, and that was now something else. Something that contained Eleanor, and contained her, and contained 2 children and Saturday pancakes, and a corner table that had been hers since the 3rd day. I'm exactly right, she said. He sat across from her. They sat in the February morning in the cafe that had started everything, and said nothing for a while because nothing needed saying. He told her on a Thursday evening, I need a family, a real one. You can't give me that. She drove in the rain with nowhere to go. She stopped outside a cafe where a man was cleaning up and 2 children were asleep on a bench under a coat too big for both of them. He opened the door. She stayed for 3 weeks, then 3 months. Then she stopped counting. A 4-year-old drew her 18 times. A 6-year-old called her the obvious answer. And one Tuesday morning the child said a word she had stopped believing she would ever hear. Here is what we learned. The family you are waiting for does not always arrive the way you planned. Sometimes it arrives at 11 at night in the rain outside a cafe. Sometimes the door opens because someone inside understood that rain and coffee and know where to go require the same response. Come in, that is all. The rest grows from there. She could not give her husband a family. She already was one. She just hadn't found the right door yet. That is everything.